by empowering people with these values, giving them daily practices of knowing their what, their who, the how, and the now. I want people to apply their why, right? Shift that paradigm. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, worthy. What am I doing to interfere with it? Knowing that prioritization is the antidote to procrastination.
You've had amazing success in your life. You co-founded Sports One Marketing. You're CEO of Leigh Steinberg Sports and Entertainment. That was inspiration for the awesome movie Jerry Maguire. And then you've best-selling author, top 100 business coach. You have your own podcast called The Playbook. But what I want to know, Dave, is what was your biggest failure and what did you learn from that?
Well, my biggest failure resulted in me losing over $100 million and going bankrupt in 2008. But the failure was in myself. The failure was not taking stock in who I was and what I wanted to become. The failure was forgetting what I was raised on. I had a single mom, 6 kids who packed my dinner in a paper bag and worked 2 jobs and taught me 4 valuable lessons, 4 valuable values that through growing up in a world of not enough, where everything happened to me as a victim, and moving into a world where I was a millionaire, 9 months out of law school, a multimillionaire, running Samsung's phone division, then running the most notable sports agency, then big global marketing company, then having my own brand. I started to live in a world of for me, buying things I didn't need to impress people I didn't like. But the most valuable lesson through all of that was one that I learned 2 years before I lost everything. And it was a lesson, a duplicative lesson of one, that there is something bigger than me. And that which is bigger than me loves me more than I love my own children. And once I had faith that there's something bigger than me that loves me that much, no longer was I trying to get wealthy, get happy, get healthy, get worthy. I realized I am happy and wealthy and worthy. What am I doing to interfere with it? And through those lessons, I learned faith.
Isn't that so important? As entrepreneurs have faith, whether you're religious or not. I mean, the definition of entrepreneurship is having faith and belief in something, yourself, a higher power, in other people. Like, you need this. This is like, right? And so, and it's interesting that you learn that kind of late in life, right? Because it is not just a reliance. I find, I'm with you. It's not just a reliance on yourself. There's some degree of recognizing that there's a higher power out there, and that makes how did that change your life? It must have changed your mindset also in the way you treat people and approach things. Talk a little bit about that, because I think it's an important thing.
Yeah. So, living in a world of infinity and abundance is one no longer of a zero-sum game. Mine was a very competitive background, probably like both of you, where I wanted to win. But if I won, that meant somebody had to lose. See, once you understand infinity and abundance, that there's more than enough of everything to everyone, when you win, the universe expands with your winning. Nobody loses. There's no diminished capacity of somebody else because you've gained capacity. And I think that paradigm shift was so essential to motivating and inspiring me to give everything away. See, there's this 3-step lesson that I learned, and I learned it now, especially I got older, from my mom, is that most people appreciate what they have. See, when we appreciate what we have, it grows, it adds value. Then most people give it away. And that's called acknowledgement. You don't know what you have. You can't acquire the knowledge, acknowledge what you have unless it's taken, stolen, given away, or lost. But here's where most people fail. The most obvious. They don't ask for more because they feel guilty, because they think there's a diminished capacity because they gave away what they have and someone's going to lose if they ask for more. No, the universe expands to what you want and you expand with what you want. So my mom, who's 80, who gave her life to her 6 children, gave her health to her 6 children, gave her wealth to her 6 children, her second grade class, the community, the Sunday schools, the list will go on and on of the people that she's impacted, but she never asked for herself. So slowly but surely, although she expanded with appreciation and acknowledged, the natural force depreciated to the point where when she's 80, she's lost her health. She no longer has the capacity of wealth to take care of herself. And the exact opposite of what she wanted with her later years in life, she wanted not to have to depend. She wanted to be the great catalyst that she was to me and my siblings. But instead, it hurts her. It doesn't hurt us, but it hurts her that we need to help her.
David, this is actually really crazy, but so I don't know, you may not remember this. So we actually did some executive coaching with you probably like 4 or 5 years back.
Oh, in the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning. I actually met you in person a few times when you were in Scottsdale.
I do remember that.
Yeah. And so that was at a time where I was trying to find my next partnership. I didn't know what it was going to look like. I was trying to figure out how to buy apartment complexes again from my last business. And I was listening to Connected to Goodness on a repeat. Like that was just that was like my required reading, like over and over again. And so lo and behold, I found Michael and Drew, who are very much of this kind of mindset of like abundance, and they're willing to share anything and everything. And so I think that's what helped lead me to them, which is really, really weird, but very cool that we got here.
There are no coincidences.
Exactly. And I say that a lot too. There's things that I learned from you that are like burned into my brain that that come out now. That's really, really cool. So guys, David knows what he's talking about here. One of the things I remember is that you said, one of your purpose in life is to empower others with happiness. And so what I want to ask you is, what is your why in this quest to empower others with happiness?
Yeah. So for me, it's to teach the values of gratitude, which will give people perspective, forgiveness, which will give them peace or ease, to get rid of the dis-ease that's created by the ego-based consciousness, accountability to allow people to have control of their own lives by asking themselves, what did I do to attract this to myself? What am I supposed to learn from it? And to be inspired in spirit, to use motivation to get us up, get us back up, get us started, get us back started, but to live in spirit. Inspiration will get you there. Motivation will get you up, but inspiration will get you there. And so by empowering people with these values, giving them daily practices of knowing their what, their who, the how, and the now, I want people to apply their why, right? Shift that paradigm. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, worthy. What am I doing to interfere with it? Knowing that prioritization is the antidote to procrastination, teaching people to know and have clear, balanced focus, coincidences or confidence in their lives, to pay attention to and give intention to those coincidences, which will come rapidly and accurately by doing so. See, I'm looking for 1,000 people, Garrett, like you, like Michael, who I know in your lifetimes will empower 1,000 to empower 1,000 by teaching people to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun themselves, to do their best, learn lessons, and have fun.
Now, one question I have for you is, our definition of success changes through our life. And I'm wondering, compare your definition of success from 10, 15 years ago to maybe how you define it today.
What a great question. I'm so surprised more people don't ask it. So my definition of success was easy. I was defined by my bank account. So 7, 8, 9 figures, that determined my success. I was a millionaire 9 months out of law school, multimillionaire, over 10 figures at one time. That defined my success and my happiness. Money bought love and happiness in my life. The currency, the object of energy that put into the flow to get what I wanted. So I defined my success by my bank account. And today, I define my success by enjoying. How much do I enjoy the consistent, everyday, persistent, without quit pursuit of my potential? See, my success is how consistent, persistent in pursuit I am of my best. And that's why I have a very simple philosophy of doing my best, learning lessons, and having fun. I think understanding that pain, setbacks, failure, mistakes are just indicators that you have a better place to be. You see, too many people think that God is punishing them when they don't get what they want. And instead, we're promoted and protected. And I'll give you an example. I talked about, and it doesn't have to be God, by the way, right? I'm not religious in any way. I just believe there's a higher source, a higher self. So for me, if I was 3 years old and reached out to touch a stove, my mom's never hit a kid in her life, but she would slap my hand and scream at me. And if she slapped my hand, I would cry And I'd ask her, why are you punishing me, Mom? I thought you were, a pacifist, a nonviolent woman. How dare you? How could you slap me? Now, why would you punish? She's not punishing me. She's promoting and protecting me. So when you look at a business opportunity, a closing, for example, I can't tell you, I've done a multi-billions of dollars in real estate. And even in my own personal life, my wife crying to me, we lost our dream house. Oh my God, no more dream house. And guess what? God was protecting me. The dream house had mold, or there was some bad dealing, or there was a better house that all of a sudden came on the market, and all of a sudden the punishment of it falling out of escrow relieved itself into a greater good. And this happens every single day, but you need to have the right definition of that success.